Hey, good morning. I really wanted to share something with y'all about fathering, having children later in your life. I actually learned all my parenting skills as a father, in that role, actually from trial and error. It was errors that I made raising my children that led me to sort of understand the father that I want to be or should have been. Unfortunately, those errors took place in the lives of my kids. So my kids was impacted from it. Growing up, I remember going to see my father on the weekends, being around him sometimes, hanging out with him, doing things, but actually being a parent, I had no idea of what that was. As a black male and stepping into my role, I just didn't know. The closest thing I thought it was growing up was something I saw in a video or in a movie. So, my first child, man, I was barely around. I actually was barely around. Now, it was either the streets, other women, or it was jail and prison. Um, you know, that system happened for years. Communication was low. I really didn't even know how to communicate. Never thought about it. Then, guess what? My second son, my second child is my son. When he was still in the womb, I actually turned to a fugitive. So, first of all, with my daughter, when she was a baby, I went to prison. When my second child was in the womb, I was a fugitive and went on the run for about 5 years. So it was just like I just stepped out of his life. Then when my third child was born, he was born in '08. I went back to prison in 10. So, I was just there for a couple years of his life, and the rest of it was done, over the phone or through visits. So that's 3 kids that was impacted by my negligence with running the streets, trying to run a criminal empire, trying to be some kind of gangster that I actually wasn't, kids suffering from it. Now I have a 1-year-old, but between that one to my other child is 14-year gap. So I'm totally not that person that I was. I'm a different person, and it's funny, and I really want to share this to know if any other black men have this feeling where they actually feel guilt for previous years and experiences they didn't share with the other children. Like, listening to my son formulate words, listening to him, copy something that doesn't sound right, but you can tell he's trying to copy it. And just seeing him grow, stepping, falling, holding him at night, to have other children and you didn't do that with, it's just fucked up. But you can't stop. Like, you can't really stop and ponder on it and let it get you down. You just got to keep pressing, keep striving, and keep trying to be the best version of you that the world has ever seen. Because the moment you let your guards down, understand that the world's gonna come after you. Everything has a price, everything has a cost. And I paid the price, I paid the cost when I just, stepped out of my children's life. So it's a dialogue I want to start having, maybe a conversation. Like, how do you feel? Drop a comment, or if you know somebody, drop a comment. How do you feel raising that kid later on in life when you think about those times you missed out with the other ones earlier in life? You can't get the time back. You can always try to mend the wounds with the children, but just how do you feel? We coming up, I don't know about you, but coming up without the father in the house, I really didn't think twice about stepping out the house But once you mature and start seeing that effect that it had on yourself, that it had on me, that it has on the children, it's a very different dialogue. It's a humbling experience. Really want to have a conversation, and y'all tell me what y'all think. Drop a comment. This is going to be something that we want to explore together. So have a nice day. Stay heavily motivated. Stay humble. Sit down. Peace.